Hi there, and welcome to the Author Castle. I'm joined today by my guest, Ina Lukyanovsky. She is the author of Crohn's and Colitis Fix, 10-week plan for reversing IBD symptoms and getting rid of fatigue. Ina, thanks so much for joining me.
Yay, thank you for having me.
So I am Dr. Angela, the author incubator. I'm the host for today, and I wanted to get us started, Ina, by talking about the Crohn's and Colitis Fix. What's the book about and what's the fix?
Right. So my book is about fixing the most complicated cases of Crohn's and colitis, where patients start to the treatment plan, they start to heal their condition, and they run into issues, they run into food intolerance, they run into problems with the medications, they get into trouble with understanding what's the next step. I'm there to make a really simple and really clear map for them how to approach the treatments from the traditional plan and how to address their natural treatment plan along with other healing options, because there's really a lot you can do for gut healing. Gut healing is not just simply taking a pill. Although I'm a doctor of pharmacy, I will definitely tell you there's so much more to gut healing than just taking a pill and hope for the best.
So I want to hear so much more about you and your background and how you came to write this book. But before we get into that, can you help us understand what's the connection between Crohn's, colitis, and gut health? Put them all into a landscape for us. They sound like maybe two parts of gut health, but are these two diseases connected? Or
they're definitely connected. Both are inflammatory bowel diseases, and a lot of patients even get, the doctors can't even diagnose them for sure, whether it's Crohn's or colitis. A lot of cases still go in intermediate. So Crohn's is more inflammatory, more fevers, more diarrhea, when colitis is more bloody stool and just weakness. But they're very, very similar conditions. And there are certain genetic testing now, very, very new things that they could distinct between colitis and Crohn's with genetic testing, which is great, more advanced. But still, the approach with natural treatments and approach with functional diagnostics would be extremely similar, if not the same. Healing the root cause of the problem, getting to find out the root cause of the problem, and get rid of it.
So let's talk about you and your background. How did you come to create the Crohn's and Colitis Fix?
I have a long life love affair with healing, gut healing. I initially wanted to heal my grandma's condition. That's how I became a pharmacist. And then I got Crohn's myself. After having my second one, I was officially diagnosed. It was a terrible, terrible thing to have and to experience. And
is that common with Crohn's, that it gets diagnosed later in life, in your 30s, or when is it?
Yes, it's more often being diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 30-something.
Okay.
Yes, real hormones are definitely related. That's why in functional medicine we definitely connect hormones and gut health. And yes, I in my 30s, I was officially diagnosed. I was doing terribly, and my husband said, "You'll find a way. We will definitely get to find out how to heal it," because the medications were not really getting me to remission, to feel great. And even if I felt better, I felt super weak on medications. So I had to find another way, and I tried many different ways. Acupuncture, I went to see John Elgad in Brazil. I went for different healing methods.
Were you already a pharmacist at this point?
Exactly. I was a pharmacist.
And you're like, if anyone could figure this out, it's going to be me.
Right. And being a pharmacist, I kind of was at that point disappointed with what medications can do for you. They made me weaker without relieving my symptoms. So functional medicine was when I fell in love with the method that actually addressed each point that could figure out the root cause. That's how I healed myself, and that's how my story started as a healer with functional medicine, addressing other Crohn's and colitis patients.
For you, how long was that journey from your diagnosis to where you felt like? Do you feel like you're in remission? You went into
I'm in full remission.
Symptom-free?
Yes, it's been a long time.
How long was that journey to go from diagnosis to symptom-free?
It was a few years. You can't expect anything like that severe to get a relief within months. So it was a few years, but it's been years already. I would say close to a decade that I'm absolutely fine.
Huh. What is the mistake if it takes a few years to become symptoms-free? What are some of the mistakes that people make along the way that make those few years extend into, maybe decades in some cases?
Mistakes are to get confused and to get you get all the information, you get even treatment plans from the regular doctor, natural doctor, and it's complicated, and people get lost. When they get diagnosed, they would go to Facebook groups, sign up with many, so much information there. So the more common mistakes, I would say that it would be getting credible information, that's important, and getting guidance. You often need that because there are complicated steps to get to the final healing.
Was there a big breakthrough moment for you, or a single tip that you would say, if you do one thing from the book, do this?
There are a few, I would say. One is to give dietary change a chance, because often people say, oh, I've tried that and I've tried this and it didn't work.
Didn't work for me.
How long did you try? About a week? No, that's not enough. So that would be an extremely important part, to stick with something, dietary, a nice, good, proper dietary change. And the second, often get a guidance if you can't, or group that actually works, something like that will take you to the next right step.
I know people want more information, more advice on how to find those right groups. How can people find you, Ina?
They could email me at ina@digestivereset.com, and I would be more than happy to send them a copy of my book.
Nice. So you can actually get a free copy of Ina's book. It's ina@digestivereset.com. All right. Well, fantastic. I know, Ina, your book is also available if people want to pay for it on Amazon. So that's another option. If you have Crohn's or colitis, or know someone who does, please pick up a copy of Ina Lukyanovsky's Crohn's and Colitis Fix, a 10-week plan for reversing IBD symptoms and getting rid of fatigue. Ina, thanks so much for being my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me.